CGTN's various multimedia platforms, including YouTube, Facebook, the CGTN app. Hopefully plenty of viewers tuned in to see me, Guy Henderson, walk you through Gamescom. Gamescom taking place in the German city of Cologne throughout the week. 350,000 people will be are estimated to be coming through the doors this year, the biggest Gamescom ever. Gamescom is one of the biggest video games conferences in the world. A conference is a bit of an understatement. It's a pretty spectacular show, and what we're going to do for the next 10-15 minutes or so is just walk you through and show you some of the highlights here. I think what we might start with is right over here. Absolutely packed on the first day. We were here on the media day the day before, much easier to get around, but pretty packed now. We are in the entertainment area for a company called Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a sort of rising gaming giant, and the reason I'm bringing you over here straight away is because a few minutes ago we saw the start of the Just Dance World Championship Qualifiers. They'll be going on intermittently through the day, and Just Dance is obviously a very popular video game throughout the world, where players essentially dance to music, and they have to follow the instructions, follow the dance routine. It gives you an idea of how these kinds of gaming experiences are becoming more immersive and more proactive as well. I'll just get the cameraman to stop there. I don't think we'll go any further than that, so we get stuck in the corridor. But what we'll do is just move the camera around, and I think in a minute you'll just see things getting underway here. We're going to see kids up on stage there, and everyone having a go to see if they can qualify for the Just Dance World Championships. So this is the latest instalment of the game, 2019, which I'm told includes a whole load of new global pop hits. I'm not sure what this one's called. I'm sure some of our viewers might be able to fill me in on that. We'll just have a listen. I'll just shut up for a little bit. Mixed results there, I'd say. So this gives you an idea of where parts of the gaming industry are headed right now. Live competitions. We saw a couple of years ago the League of Legends, a massive gaming competition taking place inside a stadium in Berlin. And players can win awards of up to $1 million, $2 million, if they become the best player in the world in their given activity or given game. So this is a massive industry now. By some estimates, the video game sector is thought to be worth, by the end of this year, something like $138 billion. An imperfect comparison, perhaps, as we just make our way to go and speak to a few punters, but just to compare it to what the global film industry is hoping to gross in terms of box office revenue by 2020, 50 billion, a mere 50 billion. So that gives you an idea of just how massive this gaming industry has become. You'll see here what you often see if we pan around, happening throughout the entertainment areas, particularly at this event, which is basically huge queues for people to come and try out the latest installments, the latest games, in the Ubisoft area, in other areas as well. And I mean, a little earlier today we saw people sitting down and playing cards, taking an afternoon nap, really long queues. We were told a couple of hours of waiting time for people to be able to play their games. Let's just ask a couple of people here how long they've been waiting. Excuse me, sir. Sorry to give you a shock. You're live on TV, CGTN. How long have you been waiting here?
Probably about an hour.
Okay. And what? I don't know much about this game, but I'm imagining you're an enthusiast of this particular game.
Yeah, it's the new update for Honor. It's just it's adding a new faction and a new game mode.
So why? Maybe I'll ask you, sir. Why is it worth the wait? An hour so far. It looks like you might have an hour ahead of you.
Well, actually, we've been walking around for quite a while, so sitting down is actually quite good.
So you're just here for a rest, really?
Yeah, a bit, yeah. I mean, I'm into the game as well, so it's that, but yeah.
What is it that you love about this particular game, and why are you so excited about this latest instalment?
Can't answer that. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. No, I don't.
What about you?
I like Breach. We finally got new game modes.
Sorry?
The new game mode Breach. It looks different to what they've got before. And the only game mode anyone actually plays is Dominion. And it's like for like a year now. It's all people have been playing. So now we finally got a new game mode which people actually play. That'll be quite good.
Thanks, lads. Thanks very much. All right, let's just move up. Speak to a couple more people here. How about these chaps? Hey guys.
Hi.
Sorry to give you a shock. You're live on CGTN.
Hi.
How long have you been waiting here? An hour or so?
1/2 an hour.
Okay. So why is it worth the wait?
Because we only want to play some games, and yeah, it's worth it.
You're obviously quite a big fan of this particular game.
No, we are fans from so many games.
Okay.
This is one of it. Yeah, from Ubisoft.
What other games are you hoping to have a go at?
Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
It's my most popular game.
And where's that? What kind of game is that?
That's a tactical shooter, a team shooter, and yes, you need tactics to win and a good team. Yeah, this is my team here.
So this is the team.
Yes.
So you guys take this. I mean, when you say team, do you compete?
Yeah, we got a ESL team. You know ESL eSport. Yeah, and this is our team, and we don't play casual. We play competitive, and yeah, to win.
I'm going to bring you in now, sir. So is this is amateur, or do you do it for money?
No, we don't get any money for it. It's only for fun.
Okay, and you play here in Germany or around different parts of Europe, or?
This is all in Europe. We play against other European teams. Yeah, that's basically it.
How much dedication does that take? I mean, how often do you play per day?
I say 2 hours a day, on average, I would say.
It's a good balance. And whereabouts is your ranking?
High rank, so I'm the best of 3,000 in Europe.
3,000 in Europe. It's pretty good. All right, thanks guys. Thanks very much. So, you know, obsessive fans in some cases. Those guys just playing a couple of hours a day, which by average, from the people we've been speaking to during the course of this conference, is actually quite low. Let's speak to this. Here we go. We've got some more action going on here. Photo op. For Honor, that's another one of the Ubisoft games. Let's ask this chap. Excuse me, sir. Do you speak English?
Yes.
A little bit. You're live on TV. I'm just going to ask you, what's you're dressed up. What are you dressed up as?
I'm dressed up as a character, so from Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Which character? You have to start from scratch here. I'm quite low on my knowledge base. But this is a particular video game.
This video game is an adventure game. It's a mix with Final Fantasy and Disney. It's a wonderful series.
And why did you want to dress up?
What?
Why did you want to dress up?
Yeah, because he's the main character. He's best.
So you were just keen to show everyone how much you love the game.
What?
You wanted to show people how much you love the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I really love it.
Have fun. Thank you. So pretty colourful characters. A lot of people dressing up. And as I say, sort of different levels of interest we've come across as we walk through. The queue's moving a little bit, but it's sort of 2-3 hour wait. And remember that depending on the game time, some of these games might have players in their chairs for a few hours. So not actually that much time to work through too many games. I think a lot of them, particularly more keen players, would tend to, we're just going to move through a bit of a crowd here, would tend to pick a few of the games that they particularly love and spend a lot of time with that. maybe we'll just pan over as we're walking past, get a bit more of the dance action. So I'm told that Ubisoft, which is sort of the area we're in now, are also announcing a new instalment of a game called Settlers, The Settlers. It's a strategy game, one of the big games that they produce, and I think that's causing quite a lot of excitement here. Another thing that Ubisoft is beginning to sort of experiment with some of its new series is virtual reality games, and it's coming up with a game called Space Junkies, which is somewhere through this massive hallway. We're not sure exactly where, but what we'll do now is maybe find some of the other There for this slight loss of signal, basically due to a very crowded area in the middle of the Ubersoft area. So we've moved a little bit further down, and we're going to take you onto a different section here. I was talking about esports. You know, some of the games we saw back there were strategy games. We've seen games like Warcraft here, created by the strategy games. Involve a lot of game time, very long individual sessions. We then have what are often much more intense, much shorter game time type games down here. What I'm going to do is swing the camera around, and it'll become, I'm sure, immediately obvious where we are now. Perhaps the most popular video game on the planet. We're in the EA Sports and FIFA 2019. I think we might be able to get a little closer to the games going on here. EA Sports, of course, the US sporting, the esports giant from the United States. Revenues of just under $5 billion US dollars in 2017. So there's just a switchover going on now. So each player gets 15 minutes, and then they have a sort of switchover. And so I guess we're arriving just at the right time here. FIFA 19 is the instalment that will be coming out at the end of September, and I think we've just been allowed perfect timing. So we're just arriving here, and we're going to give you a little sneak preview, if you like, of the new FIFA 2019, which comes out at the end. In those queues shortly to find out how long they've been waiting. In fact, let's have a... They're right at the front of the queue, so we'll let these people come through.
Half an hour.
Half an hour. That's not so bad. It's shorter queue. Okay, so not such a long queue here. I guess very popular game, but very high turnover, because unlike some of the other games, the strategy games where the sessions are longer, here just 15 minutes or so. So this is the new instalment of FIFA 2019, and the demographic certainly, slightly younger demographic perhaps. Most people here well below the age of 30, I would say, and very excited to see what the new instalment, the new series of FIFA, the new FIFA instalment will be. I can give you a couple of the headlines about what people seem to be excited about in this new FIFA 2019 format. Player scans. 200 players have had their head, so that when it comes to the graphics, it's dead accurate. These players look so lifelike in their graphical representation. Introduced during FIFA 2017, which was story mode. Now, story mode changed the way this game operated slightly, so that as well as picking teams to follow progress, you could players, and so you would play a player and you would follow their journey from club to club, as you know, seen sense of the ups and downs of a real football player's career, and FIFA 2019 will sort of continue that story. One of the main characters isn't sure yet whether he's going to be able to go to Real Madrid or not. 2019 perhaps reveals whether he realises that dream. So here we are. What we'll probably do is just pan over and let the camera just sort of show people the graphics. Is designed, and the look of it, and the feel, and maybe watch a bit of gameplay. And again, I'll probably just keep my voice down, because I think that's probably what people want to see. Millions of players across the world are going to be keen to play this. So I understand we can't spend too long on the screens themselves. That's just a bit of direction we've been given by the staff operating here. A sneak preview They don't want to give too much away. But we will, I'm sure, be allowed to just pass through and give people a sense of the look and feel of the new game without spending too much time on the screens. There we go. We've got a game underway on the one screen over, so maybe that's somewhere we should also show the viewers. So esports so the pressure's on for these players now. They've got a lot of viewers watching. So yeah, esports. Look, I mean, here we go. We're going to have another look here at the graphics here. I hope this is of interest to people. Big games fans waiting to see whether they're going to spend their pocket money this year on the new FIFA 2019 game. So there we go. Esports, a real buzz word for this year's Gamescom. Let's just speak to a couple of people. Do you speak English, sir?
A little bit, yes.
A little bit. How long have you been waiting?
For FIFA, no. 5 minutes.
So not a long queue?
No, it's totally fine.
So where else have you been playing?
Today, I played one time FIFA 19 at earlier, then here Bando Namkai, and then 1-2 other games.
So some of the queues are very long.
The longest time we waited is maybe 1 hour for Spyro, if you know it.
I don't. Obviously you love it then. 1 hour wait.
It's really fine. 1 hour is really good. Like Battlefield is maybe 5 hours or something else. What's too long? 5 hours to wait for maybe 20 minutes to play. Too long.
So this is the second time you're coming back.
Play it, to test it, to build my opinion how the game is playing, what is new, and yes, it's fun.
What do you think of some of the new features? I mean, we've got story mode is now a big part of the game. Do you like playing as a player or a team?
You mean Alexander or? Yes, Alexander is a really fine, really good person. The first mode of FIFA 18 is not so good, but the second game where you play Danny Williams and Kim Hunter was really good. And I hope the third story mode with the UEFA Champions League and Real Madrid is really nice, I hope.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your game. So there we go. Oh wow. So I don't know why these people are doing push-ups. Let me find out. I imagine they fouled or something happened here. Quick question.
Yes.
How come they had to do press-ups and why did they get a medal?
The medal, can you repeat this question?
What were those guys doing press-ups for?
Press-ups for a little Champions League trophy, so
okay.
for a key.
So did they particularly good players?
Yes, 30 seconds, how the most win.
Okay, so there we go.
Best idea we have.
Okay, serious players. Okay, so I think we'll probably move towards wrapping things up here. As we're walking out though, I will just let you know about one other, thank you gents, thank you. One other aspect of gaming and the gaming industry we've been looking at throughout the few days that we've been at Gamescom, and it is the issue of mental health. You may or may not know that in June, the World Health Organization officially recognized gaming addiction as a mental condition. And so that is something we've been keen to find out more about during this year's Gamescom. It is interesting talking to a lot of the gamers here who do say that this is an issue. Haven't necessarily heard about the WHO thing, but many of them, if not all of them, say they want the gaming industry to be doing more than it is to try and curtail the worst cases of addiction by anything from putting up warnings, as I understand they do in some parts of the world, when somebody has been playing the game for a particularly long amount of time, to all sorts of other ideas that users were floating around. we have not been able to get interviews with the big players at this gaming conference to ask them whether they think they should be doing more. There is no message at all here, I have to say, really acknowledging this issue, this new WHO recognition. Worth pointing out that it is just a very small fraction of people who suffer from this condition, even amongst people we understand, and according to mental health experts we've been speaking to, who are engaging with the gaming industry, who even have their own stand at this gaming conference, Gamescom, who say even those who play for, have a lot of so-called game time, they might be playing for several hours a day, 7 or 8 hours a day sometimes. It does not necessarily mean that you are suffering from this condition, and there is still a lot of debate about whether the WHO should have made that distinction to give it a sort of class of its own in terms of mental illness. But certainly that is another issue that we're looking at, and the industry is coming under an increasing amount of pressure to deal with this event as we pan away and sort of bring an end to this live stream, who have come here to have fun, check out the newest games, this instalment of games they know and love, and see the stars. And as I say, esports, very much the buzzword of this year's Gamescom. So this is Guy Henderson reporting from Gamescom, one of the biggest one of the biggest video gaming conferences in the world, in Cologne, Germany.